America's ugliest and most stupid panel of women, yes, of course, I'm talking about The View, talk about whether or not Republican, and I say Republican in quotation marks for a reason, but yeah, Republican endorsements of Kamala Harris, will they help her get elected? We're talking Liz Cheney, my friends. It's going to be a fun one. By the way, thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like this video, comment down below, and we'll get right into it. And guess what? We're going to be hateful today because that's what we do here when we're talking about the bitches from The View.
We are just one day away from the presidential debate. The latest New York Times poll has the race neck and neck. Lifelong Republican Liz Cheney says both she and her father, former VP Dick Cheney, will be voting against their party's nominee, and she has a warning for her fellow Republicans. Take a look.
Many Republicans out there who are saying, well, we're not going to vote for him, but we will write someone else in.
Right.
And I think that this time around, that's not enough, that it's important to actually cast a vote for Vice President Harris. If you look at Vice President Harris's speech, for example, at the Democratic Convention, it is a speech that Ronald Reagan could have given. It's a speech that George Bush could have given. It's very much
Kamala Harris, really? Really? Okay.
an embrace and an understanding of the exceptional nature of this great nation. Contrast that with what we hear from Donald Trump, again, on a daily basis, that America is a failing nation.
It literally is. It's like, for me, it's hard to be patriotic these days.
That America is a laughing stock. At the end of the day, I think it's important for people to recognize he's not a conservative.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Liz Cheney. Oh, yeah. Liz Cheney, but you're a conservative. You're so conservative that you're going to vote for Kamala Harris, the first potential female president who is extremely progressive, would be the most liberal president of all time. And a woman, did I mention that? Yeah, you're so conservative. Liz Cheney, there's many reasons to be Republican and not support Trump, or conservative, whatever you want to call it, because, Trump being lenient now on abortion and IVF and all these other things, his great support of Israel, right? I mean, just in general, funding other nations, like, ew. But the thing with Liz Cheney is she doesn't like Donald Trump because he doesn't want to fund Ukraine, or as I like to call it, gay Ukraine enough. So she hates Trump for the worst reasons. So yes, there's many Republicans, conservatives, whatever, like Nick Fuentes, or there's just a bunch of people right now that are kind of saying, you know what, maybe I don't support Trump as hard as, a lot of you other ones do. Like Lila Rose coming out saying that Trump wanting to be lenient on abortion bans. Yeah, those are valid critiques of Trump, but because Trump doesn't support gay Ukraine enough, come on, bitch, come on. No. You just continue blowing up your own career like your father and you wanted to blow up other countries and innocent people in wartime. Thank you very much. Anyways, let's see what these bitches have to say.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked.
Shocked. Wow, Whoopi, you're so quirky.
I was shocked because, they represent to me, they are the conservative And when he said, look, I'm not going that direction, I'm not doing it, I just thought to myself, oh, thank you. Thank you, because it brings us to this idea that there is a way for us all to work together. It's really possible.
Oh, yeah, so by working together, what Whoopi means is, hey, Republicans and Democrats, we can work together as long as Republicans just completely throw out the window everything that they stand for and just do exactly what we say. Wow. Amazing. Oh, yeah, don't let me forget. Make sure, Republicans are allowed to be friends on Democratic networks like CNN, MSNBC, the drill, The View, as long, there's like one major requirement, as long as they trash Donald Trump and whoever is currently a star in the Republican Party. Yep, those are the requirements. Got it. Thank you. Yeah. Ew.
So will these endorsements? Yeah, I think so. But the question is, are these endorsements enough to get Republicans' attention?
So listen, traditionally, they say endorsements and debates don't matter, but there's nothing traditional about this election, and I think absolutely both will. The last debate changed the makeup of the race. These endorsements, we know that this election is going to come down to a handful of battleground states, tens of thousands of votes in those states. If you put Liz Cheney in Pennsylvania to talk to suburban swing voters and even disillusioned Republicans, it's giving them a permission structure to say, vote for change, vote for turning the page on chaos, vote for a different direction, and you can vote Republican all down.
Vote for change, vote for a different direction. Kamala would literally be continuing Joe Biden. What are you talking about, you stupid bitch?
Ballot. After this race, you can go back to voting Republican if the party course corrects. That could have a major impact this election. It simply can't.
No, but if you're a Republican who votes for Kamala this election, you should never be allowed to vote again. I mean, I'm just adding you to the very long list of people that I don't think should be allowed to vote, mainly women.
I also think of former Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Jeff Duncan, looks like central casting Republican. If he goes to the swing state of Georgia that Biden won by only 11,000 votes and says, Republicans, you can be with Kamala Harris, that makes a difference. But this race is neck and neck. The reality is...
Yeah, well, when Kamala Harris is involved in the race, it definitely has a lot to do with necks, if you know what I mean.
It's a toss-up. Either of them could be president-elect in just 8 weeks.
Well, it's always been that way.
Yeah, we have to be realistic about it. And I would encourage the vice president, she's busy, do more interviews. Voters need to hear more from her. They want to.
Yeah, well, you know what, bitch? I wonder why Kamala Harris is not out there doing interviews. Oh, right. It's because she never makes sense. And she says she's like when a college student's trying to write a paper and get to the word count and the page count that's required, but they don't really have anything of value to add, so they keep repeating the same thing. Yeah, Kamala never does good when she speaks. That's not what her mouth is specifically talented. That's not her mouth specific, talent, right? Okay, her vocals, no. Just, you guys know what I'm trying to say here, okay? You guys know. So it's not... it's funny because right now they're about to say, oh, it's because she's studying for her debate. No, it's because the more she talks, the more she flops and embarrasses herself, and more montages come out of her sounding stupid.
I want to know more. There's 28% of voters said they feel like they need to learn a little bit more about her and her policies. Come on The View, go on CNN, do local press. That matters.
I think they're because they've been in the middle of trying to get this...
prepare for the debate.
I think they will, but I think she's in debate mode.
Oh,
I think that's why
must be
One important thing that Liz Cheney mentioned in there, and you're seeing some Republicans come out, is this isn't just a vote against what you're hearing a lot of people say, that Trump's a unique threat to this country. They're pointing out something really important here. The Republican Party is not a conservative party right now. The conservative beliefs of taking care of your allies abroad, a lot of those beliefs were things that used to be Republican beliefs. So a lot of people are saying, if you consider yourself a conservative, a real conservative, this isn't about voting against Trump. It's voting to save the party. Because if you get one more term of Donald Trump, the way he's going in this populist direction, your party is going to extend itself further and deeper into this new rooted idea of the Vivek Ramaswamis, the DeSantises, the Trumps, and not the Cheneys, not the Bushes, not the Reagans. So if you're someone that identifies that way, but it's interesting you made that point about her getting out there, because Donald Trump is doing something that was just brought to my attention this weekend. He's on a podcast tour, with these some pretty crazy people. Yeah. But the reach of these podcasts is massive. They're getting...
Yeah, because people don't care about cable television anymore, bitch. Get with the program. People like influencers and independent, podcasts. No one cares about the establishment media anymore besides themselves.
Millions of hits. I saw a clip this weekend that a friend showed me. It was 20 million hits. He is hitting them all, and they are talking about what you'd expect from him. Nothing. It's just like meandering. But the important point here is that those people that are watching are mostly geared towards young people. So they're not watching CNN, Fox, The View. Yeah. They're on podcasts. So whether they agree or not, because these aren't political podcasts, so this isn't like a conservative group of people, they're seeing that he cares enough to show up and be there. And I think it's having an effect somewhat with these younger people.
Especially white young men.
I have something I'd like to say to Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for putting country first. Look,
oh gosh, you guys know it's bad. If you're a so-called Republican who's getting thanked in these appraisals from the bitches from The View, you know it's bad. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's awful. And no, Liz Cheney, you were never welcomed back in the conservative party. I even think the Republican Party is way too liberal and progressive and accepting, and as it is. But even this current Republican Party that's still pretty gay and lame, even they won't accept your ass. So that says a lot. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.